Okay, it's time now for today's Focus Report. This Saturday, Group G teams Tunisia and Belgium will go head-to-head in their World Cup face-off ahead of these games in Russia. Tunisia lost 2 of its key players to injury, and their coach has now lured in some dual-nationality players from French clubs in a bid to boost their fortunes. Ludovic Defoucault has sent this report.
Nice, France, earlier this year. The Eagles of Carthage are practicing before their World Cup preparation match against Costa Rica. The list of players chosen by manager Nabil Ma'loul, who had already led the team in 2013, includes many players who don't play in Tunisian leagues and who were all born in France.
We tried to bring players who belong to football clubs that are well ranked in the French Ligue 1 or elsewhere. And we did that in order to mirror what is done in other countries.
There are several dual citizens among those players, several French Tunisians. Do you have to deal with those players differently?
Not at all. We're used to having dual citizens. We've got a lot of binational players, and they had no problems settling into the team.
The president of the Tunisian Football Federation says there's no room for misunderstanding. According to him, the players are genuinely Tunisian, although his phrasing may seem slightly inappropriate.
These players have Tunisian roots, which means they're genetically Tunisian, so we're proud and they're proud to have them in the team. And they're ready to give it their all.
Genetically Tunisian. In its rules and regulations, FIFA doesn't go as far as mentioning genetics. Instead, it asks for players who have multiple citizenships to show a demonstrable bond with the country they wish to represent. So what is making these binationals born in France choose an African team?
There's been a shift in the strategy put in place by several football federations. Many leaders decided it would be better to recruit players of Moroccan or Tunisian origin who had already gone through intensive training, who had played for high-quality European clubs. Why? Because they have technical know-how and professionalism that their other teammates might not have.
Leurs compatriotes qui venaient directement du pays.
But teams don't decide alone. Players also choose their own interest.
Sometimes there's a kind of loyalty that develops towards a country, loyalty to their parents, or a desire to pay tribute to their roots or to their journey. Sometimes there's also financial motivation. When a player has international experience, they'll often be paid more because they have a higher status. And there's one thing you really can't forget. When you're a football player, your lifetime goal is to take part in a World Cup.
A financial or professional decision. The players themselves say it's more of a heartfelt decision.
It's fantastic. My mother is Tunisian and she means the world to me, so I made my decision really quickly. To join a national team, my mom's country, it's amazing. I can't even describe it. I'm representing Tunisia. I never expected that. I wasn't even rigged for it, let's say, but now that I'm here, I'm going to do my best to stay as long as possible.
Well, I actually have 3 choices: France, Algeria, and Tunisia. But you know, it's a choice that has to be made while listening to your heart. And of course, the sports aspect plays a part. So now I can play for my country and take part in a World Cup. But I chose Tunisia before we qualified for the competition.
Do you have any tips for players who made this decision, for players who have joined this team?
Honestly, just go for it and leave no room for regrets. Whatever happens, it'll be a great experience.
A great experience which is now in full swing at the 2018 World Cup in Russia.